When the creation of the second Fort Smith began in 1838, a large brickworks occupied this site for several blocks, producing 200,000 red bricks for construction of the fort. The bricks would be used to build a pair of two-story officer quarters, a small guardhouse, and a single-story enlisted man's barracks, which would later serve as Judge Parker's courthouse. 55 workmen brought here from Bangor, Maine, dug 2 wells for the mixing of clay and built 2 large kilns for the curing of the brick. Skilled stone masons used rock quarried from Bell Point to build a powder magazine, a quartermaster's storehouse, the commissary which still stands, and a pentagon-shaped rock wall with 5 bastions or lookout posts. Farther south along the river, at what now is National Cemetery, a steam-powered sawmill was set up to saw the logs floated down the Poteau River to Fort Smith. About 1877, the rather crude City Hotel was built on this site, along with some insubstantial wooden buildings housing barbershops and small restaurants. In 1898, twin 4-story buildings in the Richardsonian Romanesque style were built. 410 through 412 for the W.J. Murphy Saddlery and Harness Factory, and 414 through 416 for the Rogers Wade Furniture Company. Rogers Wade Furniture Company was founded in Paris, Texas in 1856. During the Civil War, it began building coffins and providing burials, a side business that lasted until 1921. As of 2012, Rogers Wade is still in business manufacturing store fixtures. William J. Murphy, born in New York, was 34 years old when he came to Fort Smith from St. Louis in 1885. His saddle and harness business made him very wealthy. His large house still stands at 923 North 13th. Murphy quickly became involved in Immaculate Conception Catholic Church and had a hand in civic affairs for many years until his death in 1932. Charles Blackwell Eads, seen on the right, came to Fort Smith in 1890 from Carrollton, Missouri, and entered the wholesale grocery business. His younger brother, Lewis Sutton Eads, joined him in 1900. In 1901, they established the Eads Brothers Furniture Company and soon took over the Rogers Wade building, offering complete home furnishings. Later, Eads Brothers branched out into wholesale furniture as well. In 1923, Lewis Eads died and Charles Eads bought the W.J. Murphy building. By removing the interior walls, the twin building became one. After the death of Charles Eads in 1924, his son William Eads Sr. became president of the company. He would serve as chairman of the board until his death in 1989 at the age of 91. In 1952, Eads Brothers transitioned to a completely wholesale business. In 1990, they founded Sleep Dynamics, manufacturing mattresses and box springs. After 95 years on Garrison Avenue, Eads Brothers sold the building and relocated to Wheeler Avenue. Eads Brothers is in business in 2012, with William Eads Jr. as the chairman of the board and his son William M. Eads III as president. On the night of April 21, 1996, a devastating tornado hit Fort Smith, injuring 40 and killing 2 children, causing millions of dollars worth of damage before crossing the river to carve a wide path of destruction through Van Buren. The Eads building survived with minor damage while neighboring buildings were destroyed. But 3 days later, when the utility service was restored, the Eads building turned into a raging inferno. When the fire was over, the Eads building was gone, along with 3 adjacent buildings. This loss was especially hard since the Eads Brothers building had been continuously occupied and well maintained since its construction.